Hello folks, and welcome back to Rome Total War. I'm Conistip, and this is going to be part 12 of my Barbarian invasion campaign where I'm playing as the Sassanids. And I have reached a rather comfortable part of this campaign where I do feel stable militarily, and I do feel stable in regards to my economy as well. So all in all, that does feel pretty well. I don't feel like I'm pressured to take Caesarea at this point. Caesarea has been a pretty tough nut to crack, not that I've made any attempts at it, but just by looking at it, it looks kind of scary. So I'm thinking, just save it for later. Yeah, I don't feel compelled to have to fight it if I don't have to right now. And I would rather just build up my military and have a pretty fun army to fight up against instead. You know, using my Sogdian warriors, I think would be kind of cool to fight Caesarea that way, if it comes down to it. So down here, my new faction leader is going to be Ardashir, and he is the one who's really good at converting settlements into Zoroastrianism. So he's here in Salamis working his magic. I think that he still has a little ways to go. Yeah, maybe a turn or two, three tops, I would say, before I feel comfortable in knocking down the Temple of Sol Invictus and then erecting my own temple to Zoroastrianism. So he's going to be there at least for a few more turns. The army, however, and then this other guy, Fariel, it ain't new. Now, there's a concerning development here, which is that the Romans do have a kind of a scary navy, to be honest. They have these quinqueremes. This one's a little bit banged up, but still, like a banged up quinquereme, two triremes and a bireme. I have one bireme. That makes up my entire navy right now. So if those Roman boats wanted to blockade my ports, the ports that are, of course, contributing to a large part of my economy. I mean, these three ports are basically my entire economy, I think. So, you know, I want to protect them. However, I can't build quinqueremes. That's a Roman-specific boat. I can get triremes. I can do that here in Antioch. Tarsus can only do the biremes currently. Once I get up to a minor city, then I can get triremes here. And then Salamis can train or build triremes. I probably should start to invest in that, just to have something that can fight back against the Roman Navy. And it wouldn't be pretty, you know, there would be losses, and we would have to, you know, retrain our boats, but maybe we can sort of, you know, chip away at them over time, you know. That's kind of the idea there. So I probably should start building boats here in Salamis. Antioch, I'm not going to build boats here quite yet, just because I would rather spend my training slot on military stuff, I suppose. Here's the thing, I am kind of leaving Sinope out to kind of defend for itself. Currently, it has a mix of infantry for the most part that can defend its stone walls if it came down to it, perhaps. With that being said, this is a decent Roman army. This is the scary one that I've been avoiding for a while. Comitatenses, Legio Lanciari, some Eastern Archers, even some Cav. It's a decent little force, and they even have a general as well. 1 star, nothing too crazy, but still, yep, his unit is a unit of heavy Cav. And then Caesarea as well, you know. What do they have? Plume Batari. That's the upgraded, like, Comitatenses, correct? I think that they are identical in stats to the Comitatenses, except for they have a higher missile attack. That's it, right? Yeah, that's funny. It's just a missile attack of 10 compares to a missile attack of 9. That's it? That's just, yeah, that's really funny. But still, yeah. It's a better unit, so, you know, and there's another character here in Caesarea as well. Another unit of heavy cav, 2-star general. So between those two forces here in this region, Sinope is, you know, we will see. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to turn their attention. I've kind of brought Melchior just on a little jolly little romp here in Western Anatolia to place down watchtowers and just kind of have him my way with. I wanted to do this, and I didn't want to just hang out here forever, but at the same time, I realized that this is kind of dodgy, so if he has to rush back to Sinop to defend it, then he will have to do that. Do I have any other options for defending Sinop if I had to? I do have some forces here in Antioch, but if I were to empty out Antioch, then I would need to have some peasants to at least hold down the loyalty here, so I do need to train those up. Which feels bad. I would rather be spending this turn training anything but peasants. But I don't want to take peasants from Tarsus, because I want to grow Tarsus into a minor city, so I don't want to be taking that population and turning it into a peasant unit. So I'm gonna, spend that one turn here on a peasant unit for Antioch, and hopefully that will be enough. And then I can go back to training up cool stuff like camel riders or something. I could train peasants here in Hatra. That's another option, I suppose. And then just bring them on over to Antioch. How can units get there in one turn? So infantry would take 2 turns to arrive in Hatra. I mean, I suppose I could do that. So let's do that instead. We retrain those units, train up a unit of peasants, and in fact, I was looking at Court Dad, 43 years old, 1-star command. He is a better general than Narcissus here in Antioch. So if anything, Narcissus and his 5 influence can hang out in Antioch and keep the population loyalty happy. Well, Court Dad could lead any potential, move from Antioch against the Romans if they were to threaten Sinop. So, yeah, I think that's a better idea. That way here in Antioch, I can continue to train up the units that I want to. Since right now, my armored camel riders are taking 2 turns to train up each unit. And that way I can just move over this units of peasants from Hatra to garrison Antioch. Yeah, that works out. And then Court Dad, are you gonna be okay? Yeah, they're not gonna miss him at all. So you come over here.
Out of moves, great lord.
Okay, that looks okay. And then Salamis, do you want to build anything? Mines, I think, are great. Upgraded mines would get me, quite a bit of money. What about the trade caravan? This increases trade goods. And what would this give me? That's also substantial, isn't it? Is that more than the mines? It might be. Yeah, it's close. What costs more? So the mines cost 3,150 and the trade caravan costs 1,400. Oh, let's get that. Yeah. They both take 3 turns to build. All right. Yeah, trade caravan it is. I know that I know that I'm going to be building a shrine to Zoroastrianism. But I think that I have 3 turns. Hopefully I don't regret this. Yeah, that's fine. Ardashir can hang out here for 3 turns while this is being built up. And we can build the shrine to Zoroastrianism once this is finished. Yeah, that should be fine. Oh shoot, no, wait a minute. No, because, okay, no, I'm remembering. So it's not, I don't want to knock down the Temple of Sol Invictus, like when Zoroastrianism gets up to, 80, 70, or 90%. I want to build my Zoroastrian shrine when it gets close to 50%, which is going to be very soon, maybe next turn. Okay, I'm glad I remembered that. All right. I was thinking too, I was like, did I plan on not building something here to wait for the shrine? And I was glad that I remembered that. That would have been haggard if I had invested in that building and then realized, oh no, I need to cancel that construction to build a shrine. All right, phew. All right, glad I figured that one out. So that's fine. We can chill up there. We're building a trader in Tarsus for the income, but also for the population loyalty, or not loyalty, but the population growth. Getting a large temple of Zoroastrian here in Antioch. That feels good. Hatra, what are you, Hatra? I have this money to spend. Getting more trade feels good. Yeah, that's a decent income boost. Is that going to be Is that my priorities right now? I have some money to spend. That always feels good. Always feels good. And I'm getting the elephants going here in Tesafan as well. Awesome. I'm kind of tempted. This would be a departure from my typical strategy in my other campaigns that I have been playing, but I'm thinking that just getting like a basic tier 1 barracks in every single settlement probably is a decent idea. Just so that I can at least, at the very bare minimum, train up some levy spears who can go out and fight some brigands. And then even if I lose that battle, I can just go back to Demantha, retrain, and rinse and wash and repeat. And I think that that's probably the way to go. Just getting basic barracks in every single place. Yeah, it's not something that I really prioritize at all. But I'm starting to come around. You know, it's so cheap. It's 600 denarii to build that, and it takes 2 turns, I think. So yeah, that's very solid. Also, I think I lost my very good assassin in that last episode, trying to kill. I think I was trying to kill him, maybe. So that really sucks. The only places where I can train assassins are Antioch, which is where I'd rather prioritize building military stuff. Tesafan, where I would also rather prioritize military stuff like elephants. And then Arsacia, where it's like as far away as, you know, from relevancy as possible, but it would take forever for an assassin to get to Anatolia. But I think that I should have an assassin. They're expensive, they really are. But if your economy is at least somewhat okay, it just feels really bad not having an assassin to, yeah, pick off dangerous agents, really. Like, there's an enemy Roman assassin right here, and I can't do anything about it because I don't have an assassin. And that just feels very bad. Also, I have Sarosh up here in Kotais, and this is after we have placed down watchtowers and secured this entire section up here. This feels pretty good having all of this vision up here. And then I do have 2 family members coming down here. This is going to be Cyrus, and then this is going to be Yazgard. Easy enough. He's going to be coming down here on the east side of the map and placing down watchtowers, and then Cyrus is going to be going down my western border with the Romans and placing down watchtowers as well. So I don't need to have 3 characters doing that. In fact, I was looking at Demantha, and it looks like Demantha's conversion rate is actually looking okay now. Because Syria is now Zoroastrian, there's going to be a 20% conversion just from neighboring regions. So without having any characters here in Demantha or having anything other than a Zoroastrian shrine, we're actually looking okay here. We actually are gaining some Zoroastrian converts here in the region, which feels good. So I might not have to dedicate Ardashir to bringing him on over to Demantha to just convert Demantha. That would have felt haggard to bring my faction leader over to do that. So it feels good that we probably don't have to do that. And I was looking at, yeah, up here, so Sarosh. Sarosh is a decent leader, military leader. 2 stars, nothing insane, right? But, yep, +1 morale for being an obsessional trainer, and then another +1 morale for positive. Now he loses some morale for being a doubtful Zoroastrian, which is unfortunate, but still, I think he's a better general than Kishpi, who is, he's okay. You know, 1 stars isn't bad. Anything else about him? Yeah, -1 morale for doubts about Zoroastrian, so yeah, that's not great. So I'm thinking about, if anything, Kishpi, maybe I should bring him up here. I like having a character in like these zones, just so I can, you know, run around, just help, you know, like they can help out fighting the tougher brigand armies if they do pop up. Or another idea is just to have both of them in Sinope, just to provide a meatier presence against any Roman incursions. So how are we looking? We have 3 levy spears and 3 archers. Let's get some more slingers for now. And I'm thinking about bringing you down. Is Kotai going to be okay? Yes, they are. Low taxes. They're fine. They're chilling. Yeah, we can start bringing you down. Is there any mercenaries? Yeah, there's a lot. I could hire these guys. I could. Let's. Do I just have you hang out here? And then, if they make like a threatening move in my direction, I can hire up these mercenaries real quick and then just zip on down. The mercenaries are all cavalry, so like I would be really fast to get down there, I think. It's tempting. Yeah, it's tempting to do that. I was trying to trade map information for a bit of money and also more map information from the Saxons. I can't remember if I've already gotten this deal with them. I don't think that I had. Then they counter-offered with trade rights. I'm going to see if I can get some money for trade rights since I know that we're not going to actually be able to trade with them. They're too far away for that to mean anything. So let's see if we can at least get some money for it. And there are, so after talking it over, we think that this is better. Just trade rights, just plain and simple. I wonder, what if I lower is, oh shoot, do I just accept that? Oh my god, alright, never mind. I was gonna do something else, never mind. Yeah, okay, whatever. What do we have here? So, Lombards, Western Romans. I want to get map information from them. But they always want a lot of money in return. Yeah, like 1,050 denarii for 9 turns. Like, screw that. And trade rights as well. Like, I don't think... Yeah, we wouldn't be able to make any money off of that because we're not close to any other regions. And after a lot of haggling back and forth with the Burgundians, we have talked them... Well, they've talked me down to 320 denarii and trade rights for... my map information. You know what? Fine. So be it. It's something, right? I really want to get map information though. I just like to, see the map. And getting map information from the Romans, man, they're charging so much for it. My goodness. But that would be like so much of the map. So I guess I understand. I guess I get it, but yeah, it's too bad. It's so expensive.
Yes.
And with that extra money that I did make by trading with the Burgundians, I am able to put down a communal farming upgrade here in Kotais as well, which will increase the population growth by another 0.5% and give me an additional little bit of money as well. Not quite 80 denarii per turn, but hey, you know what? That's something though. That's pretty decent. Yeah, that's worth the effort. So let's just make sure I check my public order now and make sure that everyone's chilling. And make sure that we're getting as much taxes from these settlements. But we also want to make sure that we're growing Demantha and... I think it's Demantha, Kotais, and Tarsus are probably my priorities for growing settlements. And that looks good. So let's drop a save and let's end this turn. And I'm curious to see, okay, so the Romans are going to be making a play for my fort that's outside of Tarsus. Interesting. Okay, well.
We're under siege.
Well, what do I do about that? Yeah, I just have a unit of ballista in there. And that's their scary army. Do I have a chance against that with my force that's here in Antioch? I don't know. I don't have a front line. I just have 2 units of levy spears in this army. Some armored camel riders, some Clibinari, horse archers, slingers, camel raiders. I have another general here, Court Dad, and he can train up some camel raiders, mercenary Bukalari. And another ballista. Hey, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see myself standing a chance really against Comitatenses and Legio Lanciari. it might be worth seeing if I can just kind of whittle them down, you know, even if I lose in the battle. How long would it take you to get over? Too long, I would imagine. I don't, you know what? 3 turns. 3 turns ain't bad. And then what about for this army if they were to... Yeah, another 3 turns because they can't get past Caesarea here, which is really interesting. It's really good placement for a settlement, you know, defensively to obstruct that passage. Yeah, it's a tough call. I'll have to think about that for a moment. How are we looking here? Oh, the Franks. Okay, so the Franks have turned into a horde now, I believe. Yeah, these people have been forced to flee for their lives, with all the women, children, herds, good, and chattels. Nothing has been left behind for the invader, but now they must travel far and fast to find a new home. And 8,000 in the treasury. And we got our first elephants. Hey, look at that. Nice. Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's get more. Ugh, they're so expensive. They're so expensive. 1,700 to recruit. Oh my god. All right, we'll think about that. What's the upkeep again? 369. All right, that's a lot. That is a lot of money.
Ready to sail.
And where did that Roman navy go? No, we have no vision on them. All right, well they're not around here, so that's something.
My liege.
All right, well let's keep placing down watchtowers with you.
March. Build tower. March.
And just keep... Oh, we got some brigands right here, mountain men, and a general here, 0 command stars. All right, yeah, that's going to be annoying.
Orders.
Is there any... Yeah, I could train up some mercenaries to fight against him. Here are my thoughts on this. So, this fort can hold under siege for 3 turns, right? Now, it's going to take them at least 1 turn to build up some siege equipment so that they can assault the fort itself. So at the very least, we have 1 turn here. At most 3, but yeah, they would probably just attack, I would reckon. But you never know. Sometimes I feel like the AI just doesn't attack forts. I don't know. It's weird. They do. It's not never, but there are instances where you think, why didn't you attack? In this case, I mean, I do have some forces here in Hatra as well. The cav can make it there in 2 turns. Not the spears, but the cav can. And I'm thinking, what about the peasants that I just trained up as well? So they could make it to Antioch to garrison this by next turn. And then that way... So they can't attack during this end turn phase, no matter what. So let's bring you out. Should I even bring the spears after? We'll see. We'll think about it. And then Court Dad, do I hire stuff? Camel Raiders and Bukalari. I don't know. Yeah, I suppose just for the extra manpower. And then I could bring over this levy spear from this fort, and I could place a peasant inside of yeah, let's see how that feels. Can you guys leave Tarsus? You can, perfect. So you hold down the fort so it doesn't disappear, and then levy spears go up to Court Dad. And then Narcissus doesn't have to leave Antioch in this turn. You can wait until the peasants show up. But then everyone else probably should go hang out with Court Dad. Just make sure that the loyalty here is going to be okay. And yeah, we're going to be okay there. So let's link on up. They can do that next turn. Peasants will be there. That's fine. And then these cav units can arrive next turn as well. And then what about the levy spears? So Hatra would be okay with them leaving. And I know it would take 3 turns, but we may as well get them moving just because, you know, maybe they won't attack until another 3 turns. And with that in mind, same thing with Melchior. You should probably also start making your way. Because again, you know, maybe they don't attack for another 3 turns. The garrison in Sinop though, gosh, I don't know. It's not worth making a move on Caesarea just because I don't think I could beat that, honestly. Like fighting on the walls against Comitatenses and Plumatari, like no thank you. Not with spears, you know, like that's a bad fight. So I suppose that they should hang tight. Now that we have reached 51% Zoroastrianism here in Salamis, and now that's causing 50% unrest here in Salamis, I think it's time now to destroy the Temple of Sol Invictus. So our public order is still fine, but again, we have like a full army inside. And then, yeah, 25% unrest being caused by the paganism. Which is strange, because it's... Oh, it would be 25%, but it's going to be less because we just destroyed the temple. Got it, yeah. Because that's accounting for the fact that we're going to be getting even more Zoroastrian and less paganism next turn. Okay, I get it. Yep, I understand. So, now it's time for that Zoroastrian shrine. Yes, perfect. So that'll be boosting our conversion up to 35%. And yeah, that'll be very nice. So... this army shouldn't have to remain... Oh gosh, I don't, like... one more turn, I suppose, but then let's move them off, and then leave Ardashir there for an extra turn or 2. But, Fariel in the army, and then this spy can move back onto the mainland. Again, not during this turn, but next turn. And possibly even be a part of this. If this continues on. Our new assassin here is in Arsakia Skunska, and he has 2 bits of experience, so hey, you know what, that's something, I've seen worse. Let's get him moving, oh, I don't know, where's... this way, I suppose? I mean, yeah, there's a diplomat right there, although I don't think I can kill him. 4 influence? Yeah, I don't think so. Asinius Vetus, I mean, is there other... Oh shoot, I should have used this brigand general made out of peasants. I should have used him as experience. I wonder if bringing him down here to go after this guy, I don't know, he might be too difficult to kill, to be honest. I was going to use that... I was going to get rid of this brigand army right away by using my forces here in Fraspa, but yeah, I really should train the assassin first. That's something that I have to get better at in this game, is really making sure that these assassins are of high quality before I use them on tougher targets, because they are expensive and they do cost upkeep, unlike in Shogun and Medieval. So, you know, it's something that should require some attention before just sending them to their deaths against targets that they have no chance of succeeding against. It's something that, like, it's very different, you know, because in Shogun and Medieval, you can't just send assassins again and again and again, and, you know, eventually one will succeed. Whereas in this game, you can't, they're just too expensive, you can't do that. And, you do need to, yeah, be more attentive to it, which I suppose is fine. I guess that's the way it, you know, it's probably better that way, but I feel like, I don't know, I feel like assassins are typically not that impactful. They're not so impactful so that they need to be, like, nerfed, is kind of what I'm trying to say here. So I don't know, it's hard. It's hard. I don't know exactly if this is the best way either, but I definitely need to be, you know, playing this game more to see how I truly feel about it. Although, ooh, there's a Gothic diplomat. Maybe he's a better target? No, not really. I could probably still barely have a chance of killing him as well. Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. And I guess I'll take care of these brigands after my assassin has had his way with them. How about that? I am now all set to end this turn, so I am curious to see if the Romans are going to be making any additional moves during this end-turn phase. I know they can't be attacking the fort, and they did move off. Yeah, okay. See, you know what? That's why I didn't want to overreact. Me, panic? No, never. So the army that was scary did move off. They're hanging out here around Caesarea. And again, we're back to wondering, are they going to make a move on Sinope? Who knows? So, do you want to go back to doing what you were doing? I kind of do, honestly. I kind of liked the idea of him just, you know, moving about, placing down watchtowers. You know, if they wanted to attack me with something, I'm not too afraid of this, even though it's a big stack. I think this is just a big old Limitani stack, although I do see some Legio Lanciari, so that is something. And there are like enough minor forces around so that maybe he could get ganged up on. It's not without risk, that's for sure, and he is a fantastic general. It would suck to lose him in such a way. So maybe instead of going in this direction, I can also place watchtowers down here as well. This is all my territory, so let's do that instead. That way we can kind of stay in the neighborhood of these armies over here in Caesarea, and we can react to stuff that way. Alright, how are we looking? So 6,000 in the treasury. Yeah, not great. Not great. It's been better. Hatra, finally. This is great. This is what I've wanted to see for some time now. And that reminds me of like why I was not building stuff there. It's because I was... Yeah, same thing like in Salamis. I was thinking I had a plan, and I forgot my plan. Yeah, so Hatra is going to be building the Consular's Chambers as soon as this trade caravan is finished in this turn. So let's just put the build order in now, I suppose. Yeah, it feels bad losing all that money, but... Yeah, that's a weird thing in Rome, to me. In Rome, like, where you spend the money instantly for stuff, even if you just queue it up. You know, whether it's units or buildings. Yeah, that's always been weird to me, because, like, why would you do it that way? In Rome, in Shogun and Medieval, you know, stuff was spent as the thing was built and trained, not queued up. Yeah, I've never understood that. I don't know why you would make it that way. And then town gross, Kotais as well. All right, so we're just going to spend all of our money on administrative infrastructure, which is that's fine, I guess. We'll be making money once these places grow into that next settlement due to these investments. Then we will be making more money off of the next tier of economic infrastructure. So it's worth it in the long run. Then yeah, we have a trader in Tarsus built up, and the barracks in Tabantha, and some more temples as well. And if I have money for it, I would like to build the next tier of temple in Salamis. Yes, let's get the Zoroastrian temple here. That's probably going to be all I spend in this turn, which is pretty rough, but that's how it goes sometimes. And war declared between the Berbers and the Western Romans. Okay. So they're going to be tumbling or tussling out here in the desert. I reckon, are they attacking over here? So the Berbers still own that. And the Berbers still own this. Ooh, the Berbers took this off the Romans. Oh, crap. Nice. Wow. And this belongs to the Western Roman separatists? Okay. All right. Interesting. Cool. I just realized that my 2 experienced assassin has a 46% success rate against a brigand army captain that's a peasant. Man, I would expect it to be higher, you know? Like, what the crap is an easy target for an assassin that's trying to train himself up in this game? You know, like of all the easy targets, that should be an easy target. And it really does bum me out that assassins don't gain any experience for sabotaging buildings in this game, because there's still the risk, you know, because they still can die during those sabotage building missions. So it's really too bad, because it makes you not want to do that, right? Because if you're just like, sure, the reward is that you can sabotage a building. Yes, great. But when, the negative is that you could have an assassin die. You're like, oh man, he's not even going to get better, if he succeeds. Oh, there's some brigands over here as well. Just one unit of slingers. Do I have stuff in Arsakia, right? That can defend? Yes, okay. That's nice. I'm glad that I have at least some units in each of these settlements that can defend. That does feel a bit better. Except in Kotais. Kotais should probably... I should probably look to train stuff here in Archixarta and then send it on over to Kotais. Yeah, just the rest of my money. Why not? Why not? For some reason, a 47% chance of killing the captain of this slinger unit. Don't know why it would be higher, but it's only 1% higher. And we got him. All right. So did he gain some stuff? Yes, he did. Look at that. Look at that. So we got him. And then trait increase. So he's now a cutthroat. So +1 to his agent's skill. So he's at 3 experience from that. And then a skilled courtesan. So another +2. So he should be up to a 5 skill dude. Right? Yeah. Okay. That's, hey, not bad. Not bad. Now I'm curious to see what his chances are of, getting the next captain of this unit, and same thing with this unit as well. Now I'm in a position here in Salamis where if I left for this army, hopefully I could be okay. Let's take out you, and then all of these guys. And then just leave the 2 peasants, and then Ardashir. Ardashir can hang out for at least 1 more turn. And then let's drop the taxes, and we're gonna be fine, yeah. So let's bring over this one, Byreme, and then put you guys on. And can you not freaking get back? God dang. Oh shoot, Spy, can I get you back on the... Okay, good, alright, there we go. Man, it's always weird to me. I don't really understand movement points with boats and everything like that. It just seems like the boat just moved that distance, and then the army didn't move that far either. So you would think that there would still be some movement points, but no, apparently not. Yeah, I don't know. That's not quite registering in my brain. It's not really making sense yet. Like, I have a bit of time in this game now, and I'm still looking at that thinking like, why does that work that way? I don't know. Kind of a weird one.
Ships ready.
Well, hopefully no Roman boats just kind of pop out of nowhere and kill all those guys. That would suck. In fact, should I just merge these boats together? So I at least have 2 triremes with those Byreme? Yeah, let's do that. Moving on to the next turn, we have ourselves the first consul of Constantinople. So the Christian Church has held a consul in Constantinople to mark the final defeat of Arianism. The heretical teachings of Arius, the 3rd century mystic, all his books were ordered destroyed, and Arianism was made a crime in 326. But his teachings about the nature of Christ were appealing to many, including the Goths. Now, however, such wrong thinking has been entirely suppressed. Well, good for them. And yeah, we get some, so this is going to be bringing in some good money here with the trade caravan in Hatra and Sinope and the farming here in Kotais as well. Yeah, all in all, that feels good. Some more elephants are trained up here, and we have a bit of money now. Oh, just a little bit, it's something. And yeah, more brigands are showing up here. Yeah, more brigands. And we don't have, wait, just have the peasants here in Hatra. Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit haggard. I brought everything on over to scare off that army, and now we're kind of left with not much here in Hatra, to be honest. I suppose let's just train stuff up. Instead of bringing stuff back, let's train stuff up so that I have the garrisons that are kind of like the garrisons up here in these settlements, where it's just, it's just a little something, right? They can keep the population loyalty, and they can also fight brigands. It's dual task. It's a good system. I like it. I'm glad that I started using that system. It's been very, very helpful. So instead of just, panicking and sending on soldiers to fight these brigands, don't worry about it. I'll take care of them eventually with home trained up soldiers right there in Hatra. And then these guys, so this army it's a little banged up. I should probably land them
Yes, my
here, and then they
All
can...
ashore. My liege.
Can you get to Antioch? Yes, you can.
Out.
And let's retrain them. I don't need to retrain you guys. And then, so can I not retrain? Yeah, so I can retrain the Levy Spears. Yeah, that looks okay. And then for the spy, let's get you... Let's bring you to Anatolia, actually. That's where all the action's happening. I had intended to move Ardashir off of Salamis and bring him back to the mainland after he was done converting here. However, you know what? I was thinking about where best to place him, and he's not bad here in Salamis, actually, just because... So, like, Rarefied Taste is kind of a weird one, because it's a 30% penalty on tax income, which isn't great, but it's a 15% bonus on all trade income, which Salamis is making a lot of money via trade. And then, in addition to that, there's other stuff as well. The, yeah, Poor Farmer's not great either, but Superior Miner, we do have mines here in Salamis, and I can upgrade that as well. So 20% bonus on mining income is actually very good. And then also Trader, so that's another 10% bonus on trade income in addition to the 15% from Rarefied Taste, so that's a 25% bonus on all trade income with those 2 traits. Draftsman is good, 10% discount on construction costs is decent as well. So, I mean, I'm going to continue to build stuff here in Salamis. I got some more docks I want to build, so into mines and whatever. So, like, keeping them here, honestly, yeah, not a bad idea, I don't think. So, why not? You can stay here. These boats can hang out in port and stay safe.
Sail.
And then we're going to continue to train these cataphracts. Yeah, we finished training the camels, so I have as many of them as I want for my army that I'm building. And I do want to get a few cataphracts going here as well. So once they're finished, and then I'm also working on getting my elephants. I'm getting my 3rd unit going here in Ctesiphon. So once I have 3 units of elephants here, I'm going to be moving them west and forming up together with a primary army of, this is going to be my mobility army. Armored camel riders, cataphracts, Clibinari, elephants, horse archers, all that fun stuff can move south and start attacking these settlements. I'm going to need some infantry just to push battering rams and siege towers, but mostly this is going to be a cavalry-based force, and then I can build my infantry-based force, my Sogdians, for taking Caesarea and the Anatolian provinces. I feel like that's kind of a neat little separation of duties, leaving my mobile forces for the Eastern Mediterranean and then leaving my infantry-based forces for Anatolia. Yeah, why not? But it is still going to be some time before I get my Sogdians out on the field, just because we're currently building, we have 3 turns left before the Councilor's Chambers to finish here in Hatra. And then once that's built, then I can build the next tier of barracks, and then I can start training the Sogdians. So it's still going to be a bit of time left before that happens. So the mobile, like cavalry and elephant-based and camel-based army is going to be ready first, and they will be, as I mentioned, probably going after Sidon first. Why? I mean, it's like barely anything there. There is a separatist army hanging about, so they can be attacked. I wonder, do we have any vision on what they have? We should. They have a watchtower right there. We have a watchtower right there. All right, so we don't see much. Limitani, archers, and a 2-star general. That's all we have vision on. Okay, well, all right. What if I get you up here? Can I see more? No. Okay. Thanks, diplomat. Thanks. Now, I have just observed this Roman army move out here to squash a army of brigands, and although that's probably the only purpose of this army out here, it is a reminder, it's a worrying reminder that they could just kind of cross the bridge, and there's nothing really to stop them if they wanted to, I don't know, go up here and threaten my northern regions, or even go after Hatra, perhaps. Now, if they went after Hatra, I do have forces in Antioch that can respond to this. But if they went up here, yeah, I don't know, it'd be a little bit dicey. Because, yeah, this is that decent army, although now I'm wondering... Yeah, I'm kind of confused. I thought that... Yeah, they just kind of came out of nowhere, because I thought that they were all here, but I guess not. That looks like a lot, actually. I should probably bring back one of these spies to keep a closer eye on this region here, so that this doesn't happen, so I don't get surprised by an army just appearing on my border. Hopefully they turn around. Hopefully they turn around. Yeah, oh, we got some Roman boats up here. Another Corvus Quincream, okay. Oh, cool. That's the one with the bridge on it. Yeah, the bridge that hooks on into the enemy boat and creates that little, the bridge that allows the guys to come across and fight a land battle on sea. That's really neat. Yeah, well, we can't get any of those, unfortunately. So, let's drop a save, and let's continue on. Let's hope those guys turn back. Okay, yeah, they're turning back, and they're fighting more brigands. Hopefully that's all they care about in life, is fighting brigands. Kind of like me, right? A new homeland. So, the Franks. Oh, the Franks have settled down. Lugdunensis. Oh, perfect. So, these people have now settled in a new homeland, and now... their flocks graze peacefully in the lands their warriors have won. Cool. Where's that? Lugdunensis? Is that Lugdunum, which would be like here-ish? Let's go find out. I'm just a diplomat up here, just kind of wandering around, so... yeah, let's go see what you can see, man. What else we got? 5,800 in the treasury, so yeah, not, you know, I'm just definitely like costing the upkeep of the troops that I'm training up. Yeah, it's taking its toll. Tesiphon can grow to a large city, but I can't afford it. Yeah, costs 6,400 to build that royal palace. Okay, all right. So I should probably not spend any money this turn, which feels kind of rough, but that's how it goes sometimes. And the governor's palace is finished here in Kotais. Ooh, unless there's a good economical building here in Kotais that I can now build. We'll see. Is there anything worth building? A shipwright? Is that going to get me money? No, it's not. There's no ports that I can trade with. Okay. What about the Royal Road? Is that going to get me like a substantial amount of money? It's not even a 100 denarii increase. It's still decent, but it's nothing too crazy. Trade caravan. It's a decent chunk, it is. But I think that I should save my money for the Royal Palace in Tesiphon. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Even though I don't want to spend any money in this turn, I do have these elephants that I'm ready to start moving west. However, I'm very worried that they're going to be bribed by, oh, I don't know, a Roman diplomat perhaps? Like this Roman diplomat that's been hanging outside of Hatra. I have an assassin that's now here, and he does have that 6 eyeballs worth of experience. It said that his chances of killing this guy are 44%. It's not great. I don't like those odds, you know? For a guy that I've trained up, I've hired, you know, I've spent some time on him. I've, you know, killed some brigand general captain guys. Not that it took too long or anything, but still, it's still an investment, and I don't want to have him die in this attempt. I would rather continue to train him on up, I suppose, against, oh, I don't know, this Gothic diplomat, or there's a Roman diplomat out here as well. He's only 1 influence. He's a better target, I suppose. So what to do with these elephants then? It's my understanding that one of the uses of having an emissary or diplomat embed himself in an army is that his influence can be used to make small armies, like 1 or 2 or 3 unit armies, a bit harder to bribe because he is going to be raising the cost of that army, essentially. So that's, I think I'm going to be hiring a diplomat out here in Tesiphon. They're cheap, right? So it's not that big of a deal. And hopefully he has at least, you know, some influence so that he can increase the cost of this elephant army when they start moving out west. I could move other forces out with them. I could do that as well to increase the, you know, the cost of that army, the size of that army. That's another idea. And then I also could move Fariel out east to link up with those elephants so that he also, you know, adds his cost to the army as well. So there are some ideas. We have ourselves a candidate for marriage into our family here. Betrothed is Atamaita, and the man is Kuru, 21 years old, and Zeostats, he's Zoroastrian. Zeostats is kind of rough. But I guess, why not? It's another unit of Klebinari Immortals. And where are you actually? I'll have to find you in a minute there. And 11,000 in the treasury. Good. So now we can build this royal palace here. Royal palace, 6,400. And that does improve the general's bodyguards. Alright, that's pretty cool. Yeah, let's get that going there. And yeah, that's a lot of money. So you're not out here. And the diplomat, he has one influence. Okay, so that's something.
My liege.
That is something. So let's go ahead and move him out. And then the agent, diplomat, goes and embeds. Okay, so he does decrease the movement speed because, yeah, he's on foot. Interesting. I wondered about that. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You would think that one man could just hop up on an elephant, you know? And I don't want to lose any elephants, I don't want to take any damage to these elephants fighting brigands, so we are not going to fight those guys. Yeah, I don't care what they are. I'm going to go around them. So you can retrain here in Hatra. And then, yeah, the diplomat's right. He's still there. Oh, God, I don't want to risk that. I don't.
Orders?
Elephants, yeah, just go around the brigands. Just
Move out.
we will have other guys deal with them, but you are too valuable. And then you just move up a little bit, and then plop down a watchtower, and that's that entire section. That's just done in this one episode. Well, I still have to cover this area here. But now,
My liege.
these guys can link up, and they can squash these brigands.
Lord.
Maybe with the help of... Oh, there's nothing here, Damantha. Let's do... Do I send these guys... I could train some Levy Spears here in Damantha now, because I have that barracks built up. Yeah, I may as well. I may as well. Okay, Kuru is up here in Kotais. He must be Sarusha's son. And they can go up here and fight these brigands, and oh, hello, Roxalani. What do you guys think you're doing? Are we allies? I know we're trade partners. Roxalani, neutral trade rights. Okay, so we never got an alliance with them. Okay, can we? Is it too late? Yes. Do I have a diplomat nearby? I have so many of them, and I don't think I have one that's like, you know, an immediate talking distance of the Roxalani. Man, yeah, it kind of looks like they're, you know, headed this way, doesn't it? That'd be really annoying. Not so much because I think that they're so much of a threat. I don't think they're too much of a threat. I could be wrong. But I prefer to make money off of them and trade with them. Although, with that... Oh, am I not... I'm no longer trading with them. I'm trading with Sinope, and I'm trading with this settlement held by the Sarmatians. But I'm no longer trading with them because I only have like one trade route. Yeah, so I only have one trade fleet here. So what's this? So this is imports. So I'm getting imports from this place. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we're not even making any money off that Roxalani's, and vice versa. Which means that we're not getting that grain from them either, which is unfortunate because that'd be increasing our population growth. Huh, okay, okay. Well, first things first, let's go up here
My liege.
and smush some brigands.
Mighty general.
Probably just make them... Oh, they're actually gonna stand and fight. Holy shit, what are these guys? Step Raiders, look at them. Oh, they look cool. Rebel General, Mountain Slingers. Alright, I don't know, are we gonna lose this? Alright, they are dead. And we can start to head back
Ours, mighty one. Can't do it, sire.
to Kotais, and we can lower the taxes there. Alright, we'll have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, hopefully they behave themselves. And just in case they don't, I mean, I suppose this is my closest, this is my nearest diplomat to up. Oh, I can just train it. What am I doing? Just train a dip. God, I'm so stupid. Just train a diplomat. There we go. There we go. Yes. So we will try to talk to them and say, you know, hey, what's going on, Roxolani? What you thinking about these days? And yes, they're trying to take back in Kyra, who has gone back over to the rebels over here. And I'm looking forward to fighting here in Anatolia again. I'm looking forward to it. I do want to get these armies going, so that's going to be exciting. And with these elephants on their way, and between these two armies here in Tarsus and Antioch, I have a handful. I think I need one more unit of cataphracts, and then let's see, one. Yep, 3 camels, and I get some Clibinari as well. Clibinari, yep, horse archers, yes. Yeah, honestly, like, once those elephants arrive, and we'll get another cataphract going. And then we can just march down to Sidon, and we can either see, like, so it's going to hold out for 8 turns, which is a lot of waiting around for sure, but I can hire or train or build onagers here at Antioch. So that is an option. I can just head down with my mobility army, my mounted army. They can lay siege to Sidon, and then whenever the onagers arrive, we can just merge those into the army and then knock down the walls. And then hopefully my mounted army can storm Sidon with a few breaches through the walls. If I don't feel confident in that, if I feel like these forces are too strong, I can just wait them out and let them come towards me as well. That is an option as well. But that's all gonna have to wait until next time. Before I go, I just wanted to say that if you're enjoying these videos and you would like to support the channel, then consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. It all helps immensely. So until next time, this has been Concept playing Rome Total War Barbarian Invasion. Thank you very much, and goodbye.